Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the first edition of UCLA Chalk Talk. Jon Gold of the LA Daily News here with Blair and Angulo of ESPNLA.com. Blair, here they got Stanford, Andrew Luck, Owen Marisic, that passing game. What do you expect to see out of Stanford, and how do you think UCLA can shut down that pass offense?
Well, with the way that UCLA did against Daniel Thomas last week, I expect Stanford to try to run the ball and then go to Andrew Luck. Andrew Luck did it last year in Palo Alto. We were there. He
over the top twice.
He carved up the defense when he had to. Toby Gerhardt got his 100, 78. 180, whatever. But I feel like Andrew Luck is going to come out, but they're going to try to establish the run game first.
That's something that UCLA wasn't able to stop last week. Daniel Thomas, 234 yards rushing. Kansas State as a team, 313. And then Stanford had 197 yards themselves. And you watched practice this week. The emphasis was on more the tackling issue. Right. And they kept saying that it wasn't even a tackle. It wasn't even a gap assignment issue. It was more the actual tackling.
Right.
Did you see any improvement at all during the week? And is that something that can translate when you're facing a team that played at Sacramento State last week?
I did see more energy. I don't know if that's going to help tackling, because looking back, Stanford has some big guys, and it seems like the weekly thing with UCLA. You don't know if UCLA can tackle. Every other team seems to be a lot bigger, but we'll just have to see. The energy is going to be there, and Rick Neuheisel says that he's going to try to incorporate more guys, keep a bigger rotation. So we'll see how that handles or how they handle that in the fourth quarter.
That's probably going to be the interesting thing to see, is how Neuheisel does in fact rotate guys. Defensive lineman Justin Edison played more minutes again, more plays against Kansas State than he did all last year. And that's not just him. Sean Westgate getting into linebacker, 6 new starters on that defensive front 7. You have to wonder at this point, do they just need to see if the other guys can do it in a game situation? If it were you, would you just Oamame Onadigazua, I tried. Is that a guy you just throw in there and just say, just try and do it, do what you can, because it can't get much worse?
That's what I would do, but I'm not a coach.
You are not Rick Neuheisel.
I'm not Rick Neuheisel.
Little North Chow.
But the thing that does bother me is about the whole situation with the rotations and substitutions and all that is the fact that Neuheisel is very confident about what his team can do. Talks about the whole fall camp, talks about the freshmen being ready, being game changers, playmakers, and everything. And the perfect example, Dietrich Riley doesn't get one snap at Kansas State.
And 3 interceptions and a forced fumble in the 2 scrimmages?
No, and it's fair to say he got maybe 45 to 50% of the first unit snaps during fall camp. And when Tony Dye is on the ground trying to reach for Daniel Thomas, and you have Dietrich Riley on the sidelines, it just didn't really make a lot of sense.
Well, I expect them to come out today against Stanford and maybe not show a different look. I don't think you're going to see a drastically different defense.
Right.
But like you're saying, I think you'll see more guys like a Dietrich Riley. Cassius Marsh you're going to see more of, I expect. I don't know if they're going to go to Siali Epinesa yet. I think they're on the fence about using his red shirt or not. But I think you're going to see maybe a fresher defense, because they were not fresh at all in the 3rd and 4th quarters.
I feel like playing at home is going to help a lot too. I don't necessarily think Neuheisel wanted to throw the kids into the fire. And being at home at the Rose Bowl, I feel like they'll be able to get in there.
Well, now you're going to see this talent that they talk about. The last 3 recruiting classes for UCLA have been huge. Top 15 classes. They get Malcolm Jones. He gets 3 carries. They get Dietrich Riley. He doesn't play. And you kind of wonder if now's going to be about the time that they start using those guys, and I think they're going to against Stanford.
Right. Yeah, and what I'd like to see tonight, is more emphasis on the running game. I feel like they got away from that at Kansas State. Like you said, Malcolm Jones only 3 carries, but the first 2 carries were for 10 yards each. I feel like they tried to get Kevin Prince into a rhythm, and it just backfired.
Just didn't work. That's the start of the game. Morel Presley drops 2 passes. I actually watched Presley on Thursday probably stay for an extra hour after practice and just catch passes with Darius Bell, running back and forth and doing that. I think there's a level of ownership that they're taking about that loss. They don't look at it as any other loss. They look at it as a very disappointing, a disappointing start to a season that really after 7 and 6 last year, I don't think they think they can have a regression. Because what happens now if they fall back? You don't know. And so we're going to be watching Stanford and UCLA at the Rose Bowl in about an hour and a half. Thanks for watching the first Chalk Talk. Jon Gold with the LA Daily News.
Blair Angulo with ESPNLosAngeles.com.
Thanks everyone for watching.